Good afternoon, welcome back to the Mini Performance YouTube channel. If you've not been a long time subscriber, today I'm going to be doing some work on the engine for Bumblebee, which is the supercharged Arden. So I'm going to put a link above for the videos on, well, really on the bracket design for the Rotrex and anything else I can think of. So today is really just a quick catch-up video just to show you where I'm at and what I'm on with at the moment. I am in the home workshop building engines, as you can tell from the surroundings. So this is the gearbox for Bumblebee. The main shaft went away for its holiday at CAD and finally came back, and had changed from imperial to a metric main shaft while it was away, so that delayed me for a little while because I couldn't work out why the blooming pinion nut wouldn't screw on, and it turned out it was a different main shaft. Where an old one was imperial and the new one was metric, so I needed a new main shaft nut on the end there. It's all been fully rebuilt now with the Evolution gear set, the MED roller drop gears, the quaff diff in there, and the MED outputs, pot joint conversion outputs I think they call them, so you can connect your hardy spicers, and then you can see the CAD pinion support in there as well. So that's all ready to go on the engine. And here we have the engine for Bumblebee. You can see I've mounted on the supercharger plate on the side there. Cranks in, rods and pistons are now in, all the timing cover's done, the timing is set. What I did last night was I just did the con rod bolts up with the ARP stretch gauge. First job today is to change that steel centre main strap for the MED centre main strap. And if I get a torch, in there you can see where I've filed the edges of the bore to provide clearance for the rods, specifically this edge here. It was very close to touching, although it didn't actually touch. I think 9 out of 10 people would have just said, yeah, it's fine, doesn't touch, but I just wanted to make sure there was a tiny bit of clearance. It was just like fag paper width type clearance, so now there's a good 3 mil or more clearance between the rod and the cylinder bore. So that needed doing on, if you want to call it, the inside edges of the circles where the two bores are closest together, if that makes sense, on the top and the bottom edge as you're looking into the block. And then the same on cylinders 3 and 4, but for some reason the didn't need as much clearance adding on cylinders 3 and 4. There was a more visible gap between the rod and the actual bore. So whether that means the bores aren't quite concentric or lined up or whatever, immaterial. The fact is there was clearance, it was a tiny bit of clearance, but I wanted a bit more. So yeah, that'll be fine for that. Next job will be to put the gearbox on after I've done that centre main strap, so that'll be the next bit of footage hopefully. Ta-da! One gearbox on. What I've also done is I've put on the idler bearing on there in a little circlip on the first motion. So next job is I'm actually going to change the oil pump and the gasket to a better oil pump and a better gasket, just to be on the safe side, and nothing to do with the fact that I found a better oil pump that I didn't know we had, honest. And then after that, put the firewheel end casing on. The only issue is I don't know where all the bolts are, nuts and bolts at the moment. They might be up at the storage unit. And then I'm gonna clean up all the flywheel bits and pieces and get them ready to install. So that'll probably be the rest of tonight's work. I've just been in and had some supper and come out with my customary brew to do an evening shift, just for an hour or so, and then a bit of tinkering, and then crack on tomorrow and get it pretty much ready to go in the car. The only issue that is that the cylinder head you can see sitting over my shoulder there isn't the one I'm going to be using on that engine. The one that I want to use is on the Green Mini. So what we're going to do is take the engine out of the Green Mini, take the cylinder head off, put it on this one, and put this engine in Bumblebee, and then put that head on the Green Mini's engine, and then put the Green Mini's engine back in the Green Mini. So that might be in one of the next videos. So as per usual, do the old like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.